Welcome, everybody, to Season 2, Episode 5 of the now triple, quadruple, quintuple rebranded podcast, now known as Nihility, which stands for Dylan.
Don't do that to me. It's one of those words, hold on, it's one of those words where it's like, yeah, I can speak the English language and I know what all these words mean, but if you ask me to define it, I'm not going to be able to do it.
90% of my vocabulary. Nihility is essentially the belief or the act of nothing. A nihilist is somebody that basically believes in nothing. And our podcast is just very nihilistic. It's very just like the world is empty and dead. None of this shit fucking matters. And anything we say is going to be erased one day anyway. So we're very nihilistic about our approach in life. That's generally what it is. Way better than the Whiplash podcast, which was what our original name was. Edging in a Hot Dog Bun, which is still my favorite. And then the Yeet Nut podcast, which it was just every podcast name is now a joke. And usually the name of it's taken from some funny part of this current episode, like Blue Smith. That was a fun thing.
Oh, yes. My name is Julio Davis.
Yeah, I was born as Julio Davis. That was with Jib Jab.
Was that Jib Jabs?
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so that's this podcast. And today I am your host, Chris, Lincoln, any other name you want to assign me that's not offensive. Then we have with me Dylan.
Cheese.
Okay, yeah, I heard you say that the other day. You're like, just the first thing that comes to my head is just cheese for everything.
It is. For the past few
Chelsea.
months. Stop. But for the past few months, I don't know why. If you were to ask me, who's your favorite something? I don't know. It's cheese. And I don't know why. Because I'm not fat. I'm not like a fatty person in the sense of I eat a lot or anything. It's just cheese is the first thing that comes to my head for everything.
Dylan, did you get a chicken burger from the freezer at 2 a.m. yesterday?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
I did.
Okay.
I had a burrito at 1 a.m., so it's okay.
A burrito?
Yeah.
No judgment here.
No, honestly, I've been going to bed just like, I'll lay down eating oyster crackers and drinking water, just like swelling my stomach as I go to sleep.
Drinking water with oyster crackers?
Yeah, it's so it can swell in my stomach and I can get full quicker, but I eat less food. It's like fiber. That's how that works. And that higher pitched voice you hear that's not a child like little Jake is our other guest, Cheyenne. You wanna say hi?
Oh, okay. I have a high-pitched voice. Hi.
Because she's female.
Hey, hi, hello. I already thought I had a deep voice, but whatever. I'll go along with it.
I wonder when I'll hit puberty. My voice will drop.
No, for the new chew toy in the podcast, go ahead and tell us about yourself. Who are you?
I am Cheyenne. I never done a podcast before. Figured I would do one with you guys, cause whatever. So, hey, hi, hello. I guess I'm the 26-year-old female, basically. Okay, I don't know how I'm doing this. I feel like I'm advertising for
these are my coordinates.
Thing, and I don't.
No, just what do you into? What are your
say.
hobbies? What? Who are you as a person? Like, what do you want people to know about you, so they get a grasp on what to expect?
Okay. Well, I have 2 kitties. I literally just took one to the vet recently, and I've been taking care of her. I have to shoot I say shoot, but I have these nozzle things, and I have to squirt them in her mouth, and I feel terrible doing it.
Squirt, I'll squirt.
Because it's just she
squirt.
gags, and I'm just I'm so sorry, but you need this. But yeah, I have 2 cats, and I'm trying to get a job working with animals, and I did apply at a kennel technician. I don't know. I don't need to be a vet or anything for it, so I applied, hoping to hear back, but as of right now, I just work as a lobby attendant at a hotel, which is very, very boring.
Which is always some kind of story coming out of there, whether it's dudes trying to fucking mating call you or druggies and stoners and everybody coming in there just being blitzed out of their mind, and there's always an adventure that I get to hear about.
Yeah, kind of,
Blood
and
in the
also
lobby.
it could be... It can be boring too. Most nights I'm there, I'm just damn, I wish it would just go by fast or something would happen. But there is always something. Recently, the hot tub has been breaking off and on, and all the guests get so mad that they can't use the hot tub. So mad that they leave bad reviews, and if they're diamond members, because I work at the Hilton, they get a lot of points. So I feel a lot of it's just BS. They just do it to get points, and I'm just whatever.
Sweet, you get points for leaving a bad review?
Yeah, basically.
What? That is the most backward shit. I hate that.
Yeah, if they're a diamond member and they leave a bad review because they're supposed to be the best guest or whatever, and we have to
Fuck
please
off.
them on our on our hands and feet and so if they leave a bad review, we have to give them like a whole bunch of points.
That's stupid because that just incentivizes fucking dickheads. That's like when Sam and I worked at Applebee's, every time somebody would have a complaint, they get free fucking desserts and like a coupon. They get a $30 coupon if they bitch to management because their food was cold or something. I hate that rewarding bad behavior shit.
Well, the closest thing I worked to, like besides Applebee's, was Outback Steakhouse, and
Were you out
I
back
don't really
or?
care who knows this.
Was the
But,
house
like,
made out of steak?
Well,
Potato. Sorry.
Just seeing the waveforms be go on Audacity is fucking stupid looking. It's a bunch of little spikes.
just fucking make like a fucking remix out of that. Anyway, I worked there as a hostess for like 6 months, and technically, when I applied places, I say I quit, but I got fired basically, and it
Nice.
was only because I ranted on Facebook, and I guess the wrong person on Facebook saw it, and it got back to like the management, and they fired me over it, and I thought it was bullshit.
They
I'm like, "You don't
legally
even give me-"
cannot fire you over something you post on social media unless it's blatantly offensive or against company policy. Like they can't do that because they disagree with something you
Well,
posted with.
that's the thing. Like, I went back and actually, like, after I got fired, I went back and talked to the owner. I don't have proof of this, but I'm pretty sure he was on coke as well. Which
I was gonna make a cocaine joke too.
coffee.
Dylan, are you below me now on the podcast?
Yeah, I just changed
Why?
my name because my name in here was my normal shit, so I changed
Oh,
it.
I look away to my phone for the topic list. I look back and Dylan's underneath me. How the fuck did that happen? All right, no. I want to talk. I do have a topic list that doesn't mean, but our podcast. I was gonna call it something like the tangential podcast because all we ever do is get off on tangents constantly. But I decided
That's just how I am
nihilist.
in general with my ADD, so...
I was gonna don't fuck out of here. The worst Pokemon ever. The worst Pokemon
He's
ever.
the best.
So everyone knows the podcast. They changed the name to Darkrai, which is not Cubone, which
He's
is the
the
best
best.
Pokemon ever.
I've been playing Pokemon Sword and Shield on my Switch, and I'm, like, really into it.
Wait, which isn't Sword and Shield like the separate? Aren't they the separate games? Sword and Shield, aren't they two
Oh,
separate
yeah,
games?
but, like,
Okay.
I just say them together because I have Shield, and Josh has Sword.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I've been playing Shield, but I like it because I have the Switch Online, which is bullshit. You have to pay for that, by the way. But I paid for it because whatever.
What features do you get? Do you just get like online trading and battling and stuff? Because it's like having Xbox Live, you know. It's what do you get for bonuses?
I mean,
for it?
that's well, like that. It's if you get like if you buy the Nintendo Switch, it's supposed to be like online for every game. So like I have Animal Crossing, and
Oh.
since I bought the online, I can do Animal Crossing online.
Well, how much is it?
I have to double check, but I think it's like $4 a month.
Oh, that's not.
wow.
I mean,
That's fucking
that's not bad.
crazy.
Xbox is what
But
now, like
it is-
35 a month if you buy monthly.
I mean, I
You
could
pay,
be
like,
wrong,
35
but
for
I just
that
remember
and
back
Game
in the
Pass.
day, you didn't have to pay for fucking
Well-
Nintendo Online.
Well, no,
Like,
you didn't
I
have to
could
pay for
go-
PlayStation Online either. But then that shit got DDoSed to hell and it got hacked over and over and over again. They're like, I guess we have to be for security.
Yeah.
And also back in the day, we used to have Game Boy transfer link cables, which are physical USB cables plugged into our Game Boys. How do we always get on the topic of fucking Game Boys in the podcast? Want to talk about the printer again? Like, Jesus Christ.
I
You
only
did it, like,
brought up
twice.
Pokemon because Dylan changed his name to Darkrai, so...
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. Hey, don't make fun of how she talks. She's a lot better than she used to be.
I hate you both now.
No, I'm saying it's
No.
so much. It's great because all right, for context, so anybody who doesn't know, Cheyenne was my first real girlfriend back in the day, and I'm the dickhead.
First real girlfriend, quotation marks over real.
Yeah, online through DeviantArt. I met her on DeviantArt, and yeah, I know all you people out there
Was she a
leaving
furry?
comments. She was 100% a furry, and
Damn.
no, it was
What?
no, she was not a furry.
I was like, I didn't know this.
No, and we dated
Station.
for close to a year. For all this time, I thought it was 9 months. Turns out I was wrong. I had that in my head for the
I
longest
wish it
amount
was
of time.
9 months.
Yeah, but it was short. I broke up with her on the 4th of July.
Bitch.
Yeah, I remember it very vividly. I was going
So
through
the
a
4th of July is when we separated from England.
Yeah.
And that was the day that Chris separated from Cheyenne.
Well, hey, the funny part is everyone thinks she's British because of how she speaks. So, in a way,
I'm sorry, I can't see that.
it's
Well-
again, she used to be it used to be a lot thicker. It was difficult. Like we were on like I probably got the 9 months because we had a 9-hour phone call, and then I just made the number 9 synonymous with you and I. So I think then I just kind of translated as 9 months over time. Yeah, spending 9 hours on the phone with her was a very difficult time sometimes, especially when she got tired and started mumbling. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck she's saying.
The longest I was on a phone call with somebody was Neve, and we were on it for 36 hours until the call dropped.
That doesn't count though if you're both asleep on the phone though. We were actively talking for 9 hours.
I know. We were for like all that time besides the little like for when we went to
I do
sleep.
remember
Otherwise,
going into your room and you would be on the phone with her and she'd be sleeping and you'd be playing games because she's in Scotland, Ireland, which one? I always flipped them. Scotland. So don't want to be in there like 8 p.m. and she's asleep, and you just hear her just like as she rolls over.
I wish I could I remember
My
some
heart
stuff that you
hurts.
don't back in the day, but I wish I remembered like a lot of our conversations. I do remember I think we would stay up and talk about Ghost
Oh yeah.
and like freak each other out. Like it wasn't like we were scared, but then we would purposely like scare each other.
Well,
for,
there
like,
were
I don't know.
old videos on one of your YouTube accounts you had where there was archived videos of you and one of your friends making a video like, hey, this is a video for Chris or something, and then there was one where I was on the other end of the phone call, like you were recording with one of your like camcorders, and you and I were talking on the phone, and I did a Justin Bieber high pitched laugh to make fun of him, and it is the cringiest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Wait, is that on my YouTube? Because I
It's
have
on
not...
one of your YouTubes, very very old. I remember I had it in my favorites and like on my old YouTube account, my Linkin, and I would scroll through my favorites every now and again to find nostalgic videos of channels that are dead and gone. And that was down there because I obviously added to my favorites at the time, and a few of those videos were down there. I don't know if you still have them up, but
I have to double check because YouTube is so different now and
yeah.
banning some of my videos, and a lot of them like I have to private, and it's weird because I can't even find some of my videos. I have to like do all this weird BS stuff just to find it. Also, well, I guess on the broadcast thing, a little, I guess, fact about me. No, I am not British. I am not from the UK, but I am mainly Irish. And apparently I'm a little bit Wales, which is funny because I have a UK friend from Wales, and I would tell people I was from Wales because I didn't like telling people I had a speech impediment, which basically is my R's. If I talk too fast, it comes out more. If I talk slowly, I can watch it more, but my R's sometimes come out as W's. And
Same.
I used to get made fun of at I remember this one girl would be like, "Can you say sorry?" And I would say sorry, and I think she thought it was cute, but to me I thought she was making fun of me, and I hated it. I would just not talk.
Can we mention how just actually cruel it is to name the phrase impediment when
Lisp?
that's like and then like lisp? No, seriously though. But like then you have impediment, which is just like it's like adding 35 syllables into it. It's like how the fuck? Oh shit. I'm scrolling through and I think I just found. So we have from your channel XX Cool Chick XX. Yeah, first vlog, geek glasses, my day. I'm laying down, about me, my house, my bedroom, dreams continued. Those are all my favorites right now. Me and my cat Mitzi.
Oh, I miss Mitzi.
Sad.
She ran away when my mom took her.
No.
With my cat Patches.
What's with cats and just wanting to bail? Anyway, so hey Dylan, while I try to find an exact video to post in the reference chat, which by the way, if everybody doesn't know, I made my Discord public again, and if you want to listen to anything we're saying, I have in the podcast section, I have podcast reference dump, so you should be able to see under the timeline of podcast season 2 episode 5 references, anything that we talk about should be in there for context. Dylan, you got your license.
Unfortunately.
How does that make any sense?
How is that unfortunate?
You're fucking stinky and also dumb. Explain yourself.
Pinky.
Explain yourself.
Dog, I don't know. It took me a while.
I like to walk, bro.
He does it.
Cars.
I'm like, Dylan, why don't you go walk to the store? Dylan's like, oh, I don't
No.
wanna.
Then why are you gonna complain about having a vehicle?
I like walking. I don't like walking alone. I also
You have
don't
a
like
gun!
walking. That's not the point. It's because I like to walk and be able to talk to somebody and enjoy it with somebody. But I also don't like walking on the road just because I feel awkward that people are going to be staring at me, which I know is not the case.
No, they absolutely stare at you. What do you mean?
I know.
Absolutely
But
will
point
stare.
being, I'm uncomfortable with that, so I just don't go for walks. Also, I'm a lazy sack of shit.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true. It's bad. I don't know. Everybody else is more excited about it than I am. Chris and I were talking about it before we started the podcast.
Precast.
Is that like before you break somebody's leg? Like, all right, I'm going to give you the precast real quick.
Yeah,
then you break it.
Because then it's a challenge for me because then I have to break through the cast as well. Cheyenne, I found the video. I found the phone conversation video. Do you want me to put it in the reference dump? So do you want me to put it here and then delete it later?
Yes, because I want to like to watch it again.
Would you like me to keep it for
kinda
public
don't remember
eye?
it.
I mean, like, do you want me to keep it in the podcast reference chat for other people to see too, or do you want me to remove it after you get the link?
I don't care if anyone sees it, really.
Okay. Well, it's very old. It's
The only
9
thing
years
that would
old.
worry me is if YouTube was like, "Oh, we're gonna report this. We're gonna ban it. It's
No.
not for kids." But I also don't remember what the fuck. Like, I basically was a kid, so
Well, that's
I was
yeah.
16.
That's 9 years
and
ago.
You were like 17, right?
Yeah. Hold on. We were Dylan. We were saying you with your license.
Yeah.
How does it
License.
feel? How does it feel having your license now? Because you're how old?
Almost 21.
Almost 21. And what's your social?
You're a Gemini. I remember that
444.
much.
Okay. Yeah. 444. I got it.
Yep.
You got your license, and you also preemptively got a car.
We already talked about that. On the
I know.
last
I'm just saying, but you got your car so you could get to your license and already have a car.
I
already.
did things backwards. I wanted
No,
to get a car
there's no
first.
order to that. It doesn't matter. It happened. Dylan,
Yeah, it
you
pretty much is.
have a license. Dylan, we were sitting there saying before how you were saying to yourself, people, you should have done it already. People get it by now and yada yada. Like, I'm too late still, so it's not an accomplishment. It is because world-renowned Rooster Teeth achievement hunter employee and slow-mo guy Gavin Free still doesn't have his license, and he's like 30 or right around the age of 30, and he's like,
And he's extremely successful.
and he's incredibly successful.
Yeah.
And
I'm
he doesn't
almost
have his license.
26 and I still don't have my license, so I'm trying to get it in end of April, hopefully.
But yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't have it because the thing is, like, you have a reason not to get it. It's not easy to go get the license. There's money involved. There's timing. A pan-fucking-demic. It's not easy.
Pan-fucking-demic.
Yeah, getting your license is not
Yeah,
just like, I'm
that's
gonna
what
go
I
get
was
it.
saying, like, I mean, Dylan should be happy because he only has a car and a license, and he's not even 21 yet. And
Yeah.
I'm over here almost 26, and I'm using my mom's car.
Yeah. See, so
Well,
point and laugh at her. Change your fucking name.
No.
I'm not gonna sit here and look at Darkrai the entire podcast. I swear to God, Dylan, that's not how you spell Babadook.
It's not
Donkadonk.
It's badonkadonk.
Okay, thanks,
Babadook.
Tiny Tina.
Oh man.
So Dylan got his license, which is an incredible development. It's good all around because when I go to work,
Go ahead, Chris. Say it. We know you wanna.
What? No.
That you don't have to worry about taking me places. We know you.
Well, no,
we know
it's-
that's a big
yeah,
relief.
of course.
I get it.
don't have to worry about it, but it's in the sense of I don't even have to think about it. It's not about the inconvenience of I got like air bubbles in my throat. Give me a second. It's not about the inconvenience of like, I have to go get Dylan, I have to bring Dylan here. It's mom doesn't have to, nobody has to. If Dylan's late, it's it's on him to be responsible. It'll help him develop more responsibility in situations like that.
It's just less stress off of you,
It's
basically.
it's less stress also off of everybody. Dylan can actually have those moments of just like, yeah, I went to Dunkin's and got this myself. I need to go to Walmart and I can actually go out
Gets
and do it.
licensed, develops a caffeine addiction.
Yeah, you can do that yourself. You didn't have to rely on anyone else to do it. But like, you know what I mean? Like you can go and just do it without worrying about you can go to Walmart if you want to without the idea of burdening somebody else with bringing you to Walmart or working around somebody else's schedule. It's good all around. It saves me gas. You learn the responsibility of having to be places on time and whatnot. You have to take care of your car, and it's good. It's development. It's character development, Dylan.
God damn it! I wish my character arc would be over with already.
Well, you didn't put enough skill points in your tree.
Yeah, I put too much into barter.
I put 0 in luck, and I'm really paying for it. I put all my skill points in jawline, and that was it.
I have
Yeah, but
ADD.
that's not a
I almost
skill
forgot what I
tree.
was gonna say. Shit.
Well,
But
you have
I
ADD
was
because you
gonna
put
agree
skill
with Chris.
points. You put 2 skill points in every single branch of the tree.
How
You
many
know how you're
trees?
supposed to use you're supposed to use points for intellect. I don't use any of those points. I use it all for like mana and shit. So I don't have any intelligent points.
Can you-
I'm very, very lacking of that.
Can you cast lightning?
Yes.
Okay, that took way too long for you to answer, and it became awkward. All right.
Well, I was confused as to why
Silence?
you were asking that.
Yes. Okay, I think I just
You're
discovered she can
distracting me again.
literally conjure
Oh.
lightning, and she didn't want to admit it, but then she realized she had to go along with it. I'm jealous.
Sorry, my main element is water, but I was trying to say this before he distracted me. I was agreeing with Chris about how it's easier for like Dylan to do his own things. That's how I feel with me driving,
Yeah.
even though. So yes, I have a permit. I don't have a license, but I still drive myself like to and from work. It's only 7 minutes away, and it helps me like practice and
No.
get used to it. But honestly, it's such like less stress off of my shoulders and everyone else's, so I don't have to like worry about like who's gonna come get me, like do I have to wait for this person to come get me and all that. So like totally was just agreeing with Chris with the whole like it's
It's
nice.
just good all around for everybody. It's weight off of everybody's shoulders, and again, it's something that I don't even have to think about now. I don't have to keep in mind 3 days and later on this week, like, okay, I have this specific time period obligation, but Dylan has this time period obligation. We have to now work this out. It doesn't even cross my mind at this point, which is just nice,
Okay. I got a question for you then.
For
so
who?
of the past, Chris. So for the past 3-ish years, just about that I've been working. How
my
much
God, you're
money
right.
do you? I know it'll be mid-July is when I started. It's crazy. How much gas money do you think you've had to spend? Obviously, not entirely just filling up your tank all the time. But yeah. How much money do you think you've had to spend on gas because of me?
Well,
An estimate. That's
again,
a hard one.
That's hard to
hard as
quantify.
hell to think about, but like you
Also,
gotta have an idea.
it's hard to quantify also, but because of the amount of times where after work we would bring you a further distance from the house to Sam and I's apartment to read the book, and also picking you up and driving you when we were not even just including work, but going for airsoft, when we had to pick you up from mom and dad's and have you spend the night. We'd watch the Game of Shitty Thrones, and we'd have to drive that distance. So I mean, honestly, that's nearly
Just an idea.
That's nearly so. If it's like $30 to fill my old Sonata's tank from empty to full, I'd a few $100 easily just in gas. Because I mean, it's 4 miles total, I'd say, for driving to and from work. Just under 4 miles for picking you up and bringing you to work and then bringing you home and then going home. I'd say 3 miles extra of driving 5 days a week, roughly 2 times a day. And then driving you to and from when we're living together. And then when I go to get you, I'd also go to the post office, which wouldn't be included, but then that distance. So, I mean, easily hundreds of dollars in gas just driving.
And I'm not paying any of that
None
back.
of it. None of it. Fucker.
A little known fact is Chris doesn't go over 60 miles per hour, so I feel like
try
that
not
might
to.
save on gas.
Well, there's nowhere
I'm
around
kinda
here to go
stupid.
60. That's the thing.
The
The
highest
highest.
you get is 55
That
unless
is
you're
one
on
of
a
the facts
highway.
he told me on the drive to the airport. That's
Yeah,
I
I
remember.
do go over 60. I hate it though, because I feel like every mile an hour over 60 is 1% closer to death. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty.
And
good
also, I get car sick if I go like, I obviously have to go 75. Like, all right, my new threshold for driving myself is like 75. If I go over 75, I get really nervous because it doesn't feel like you're going
so
75. You don't
fast.
feel like you're going 75 on the highway, but then when you look down at the white line at the edge, you can just see of just
Yeah,
the road passing you by. Like, if I hit the ground, I'm gonna get ripped in fucking half.
Yeah, I was gonna mention like with me like trying to learn with like driving. I don't have anxiety or anything, but I do have times like especially if it's raining because I have almost wrecked like a couple times, and surprisingly the universe or whatever is watching out for me because I have not wrecked or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I literally almost hydroplaned and wrecked into a car once. Also, I almost wrecked the other night, and I think I messaged you about this. How like this car like poured out right as like I was going through a green light, and they were
Yeah.
like turning. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually trying to follow like the rules of the road. And
I'm trying to
like,
follow
about
the
to wreck.
law. What a crazy
and
concept.
that's what I always tell Dylan. It's like, I'm confident in my own driving. I don't trust
But it's
any
everyone
of
else you
have to
y'all
watch out for.
motherfuckers out here on the fucking road. I trust nobody else. Like, we're all driving 1.5-ton steel death machine 60 miles an hour on the fucking road with an arbitrary line of mutual
And-
agreement not to kill each other constantly, and half you fuckers are on your phone. Stop it.
Yeah, like I can't even multitask. Like maybe eventually when I
My
get used
mom
to
sifts through the
driving, I'll be
mail.
able-
She does. It is baffling
Maybe
to me how people can
eventually
sit there
I
on their
can-
phones in text drive. Phone calls are a little bit
Instagram.
more acceptable. Like if it's up to your ear and you're driving, I don't like that. But if it's like on your lap with a speaker, if it's like Bluetooth with your car, like that's fine as long as you're still paying attention. But like sitting there and texting, scrolling through and doing these things, even if it lights, like I don't even like that at lights. If I'm at a light, I might click on my phone just to make sure there was an important message, but I don't go on it. Fuck that. I'm not trying to die today.
Yeah, well,
like-
maybe they are, but they're just gonna fucking take you with them.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
how I feel, and that's what I've been doing. Like, I can't even look at my phone. Like, even if I am trying to look, like, because the way my mom's car works is that she has one of those cars where, like, you can, if you reverse, it has a camera, and then, like, you can hook it up to the Bluetooth, and you can call people. It's one of those, those types. And I can't even look at the name of a song without like feeling like I'm going to wreck. And that's maybe like a millisecond or a second that I just look and I can't.
Yeah, and whenever I text you, whenever I'm driving, I always have to text you like, "Sorry, I'm driving," or something like that, or "I just got back
And
from
I
driving."
always reply back, and I'm just like, you don't even have to say
Yes,
that.
I do.
Like, just reply
Yes, I
back
do.
when you're fucking done.
I have to tell you that I'm driving and I can't talk, just
But
so
then
you're
there
aware.
are times that you don't even reply back at all. Like, I think I messaged you the freaking ASL video, and I'm not even sure if you've seen it yet.
Oh yeah. I did get the message and I did see it, but there's God, what was I doing? Because I'm always multitasking. Like I'm always working on something. But you sent me that, I think, and I got it as I was out and about doing something. So I did see it. By the time I got back, to me, there's a threshold of response to where if I don't respond a certain amount of time, it's just awkward to then respond to a conversation from 5 hours ago, and I just don't respond because I get nervous about the whole thing. It's weird, you know. I get a text like, "Hey, how you doing?" And then 6 hours later, it's like, "Oh, I actually got a message. I didn't see it. I'm not gonna respond now. Good. How are you?" I'm just not gonna fucking respond because it's awkward now. It's been too late. It's been too long.
Yeah, but then it's also more awkward when you just open it and don't respond to it.
Well,
Or
no,
if you
that's
just
different,
Don't
'cause
open it at all.
Don't. She doesn't text me on Messenger. We text on like on MMS.
Oh, okay.
So there's no
So
red
sorry.
whatever.
Yeah,
So-
SMS
like
is
old
fucking
school,
garbage.
I
you know?
do, yeah, and I kind of hate it.
Text.
I'm not gonna lie.
SMS is so bad. This isn't an Apple or Android thing. Not even that, but like iMessage is so fucking more superior than it is SMS. SMS is terrible.
But the thing is, like, this entire podcast was a ruse. This is an intervention. I don't want to text on the MMS anymore. I hate texting on my phone. I hate texting on my phone because I hate touchscreens. If I had an analog phone with a keypad, I'd be fine. But I prefer to. Here's the thing. Whenever
Like
I'm,
back in the day when we used to message each other all the time.
yeah,
and
I
it
would
was just
respond in
like-
paragraphs.
Yeah.
You know? But if I'm texting on my phone, I cannot type on my phone more than like 2 sentences. Otherwise, I want to throw my phone. But then the contrast to that is if I'm texting on Messenger on I'm responding on my PC and I'm responding with a full response. But if I'm texting on my phone, it's cut down to like a fifth of my response because I cannot stand to type on my phone. I hate it.
Okay, so noted. So if I get a K from you, you're on your phone. If
Yes.
It's okay, it's PC.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. That's you
That
saying
is a
it like it's a
perfect
joke. If
example.
I'm on my PC, it's okay. If I'm on my phone, K. I'm not even fucking kidding.
I love that.
And if there's ever a period, I'm not being aggressive. I promise. I'm never being aggressive.
Dude, that shit stresses me out. Like I'm with that with anybody, unless it's like an actual like a paragraph and they're putting the sentences or commas. Then yeah, it makes sense.
Sometimes
But for
my
me,
muscle
periods
memory.
at the end of it, periods for me is like I'm being serious about something.
No, it's muscle memory because as a writer, I end the sentence in a period. And I know not to do that in a message, but sometimes I just go da-da-chink and I just tap the period and enter. It's just the
Yum.
flow of how this podcast is over.
My text messaging has changed over time, and I think everyone's has changed with like new technology and new phones. Like I used to like love texting and do it all the time, and now I'm just like
Fucking hate
I
it.
might get a message, I might read it. It depends on how I feel. I might reply back, I might not, but I feel like my brain is dead half the time, and I have nothing interesting to talk
That's
about.
also the same thing when it comes to like responding to whatever. I just hate texting. I just fucking hate it. So it's not even about you, it's about everyone. If you text me, I immediately don't like you for about a minute. I just cannot stand it. But then at the same time I bitch about being lonely, so it's like where's the balance? I don't know.
Well, you also kind of bitch about being on a phone call now too, because I did
Yeah.
ask if you wanted to do that, and you were like, no.
Phone
It's
calls
so-
are draining.
Even though
Is
Even though
draining.
this is okay. This is okay. As long as everyone else can hear us talking, it's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Like if I'm
no,
on a
it's the
one-to-one.
one-on-one.
No, seriously.
We can't
If
have
you
a private
overhear a
call.
conversation with me and my mom, it's the driest shit on the planet. Like I don't like Because like when you're talking, you have to exude a specific amount of energy to seem interested enough, and you have to fully be paying attention. And I can't multitask if I'm on the phone. If I'm on the phone,
Chris
here's the thing.
paces on the
I was
phone.
about to say, if I'm on the phone, I have to get up and walk around. I cannot sit
You will
in
do
my chair.
laps around the house.
I will leave the house to walk if I know the conversation is going to be long enough. I cannot sit in my chair and talk on the phone.
And that's how it used to be when we used to use old phones, and now I don't pace anymore. I just
I
go on
have to
my
pace.
smartphone and
Oh my God.
scroll through fucking Facebook as
No,
I'm
because
on
I
the
can't do
phone
that, because then I
talking.
won't hear what somebody says, and then I'm the asshole that's not listening to the conversation. If I'm texting, I can also, like, I'll respond to that in a minute, and I can craft my response to say what I want to say. If I'm on the phone, I'll either go to dry response where it looks like I'm not interested, or I'll make everything into a joke and whatever have you. Like, but if I'm texting, I'll get, like, a serious back and forth. But if I'm talking, I turn on that specific energy to then keep the conversation alive, but then I turn into kind of jokes where it seems like nothing's being taken seriously. It's complicated.
Also, kind of back on topic, but change subject. But with the ASL video thing, I think I'm gonna post it in the referenced up thing because it kind of just goes back to like
Okay, yeah.
how
go
you're
for it.
learning ASL.
Yeah,
and
that was
then,
another
like,
topic
you
we were going to
know.
get into as well.
So like I found it on YouTube, and basically it's an old. I remember it being an old VHS thing, and it was like kind of like a reenactment of fairy tales, but they taught it in ASL. And my aunt she really wanted me to learn ASL as a kid, and I just never had the attention span or the need to. And now that I'm older, I might try to. But I also was trying to learn Japanese during the pandemic, and I kind of stopped doing that. I still kind of like kept my notes and redeemed some of the information, but I have not kept up with learning it.
It's
I am
hard.
terrible.
I looked up the average time to learn ASL to be quote unquote fluent enough, and it was like 2 to 3 years. Like, fuck that. I'll learn the alphabet. I'll be good. We'll spell everything like the old days.
Yeah, like I might just kind of learn the basics because I remember when I worked at it was it was like a thing in the mall, Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks, kind of like Subway, but whatever. Like I would sometimes get like, deaf people, and they would normally write down like what they want on a note,
Which is
and I would
totally
help them
acceptable.
best as yeah, and I would help them best as I could, but then it's just like I feel so bad. I'm like, I wish I could do more.
I always have the thing where whenever I'm learning something or working on something or I accomplish something, I want to show like the first person near me, so Dylan gets the brunt of like, Dylan, I got this. Look, let me show you. Even though he
So I'll
brought.
step out of my room and
Yeah.
you'll be standing there like,
No.
hey,
Like, hey,
so
check
I
this
hope you're
out.
not
It's funny,
busy.
Check this
I
out.
just picture fucking Chris just fucking kicking down your door and then just start like
I wouldn't
moving
be
his
surprised.
hands.
Dylan,
like he's
I
gonna,
learning ASL.
like doing like Naruto jutsus like really quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
and
I'm gonna
Dylan's
learn
just
Rap
like,
God
what
by
the fuck
Eminem.
are you doing? And then Chris is just like, I just told you to go fuck yourself in ASL.
Well, that's easy. It's just a brush from the underside of the chin. That's fuck you. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's 4
yeah.
fingers brush under the chin and out, which is also very close to thank you, which is tapping your chin. Very similar. Moving away from the ASL thing though, real quick, because that's a lot of visual.
Yeah, it
visual
really is.
examples.
And no one
Um,
can see us.
Dylan, is there something that you and I both got that's changed our lives?
It took me a second.
Toshi?
We got my butthole's never been cleaner.
My butthole's bleached. I put bleach in mine.
It's funny. I got one a couple of months ago. So
Wait, a bleached butthole?
no, the tushy.
You actually did? You got a Hello Tushy?
Yeah,
we
Josh
got
set it
bidets
up, not me,
podcast.
because he's the one that bought it. He's the one that wanted it, and I was actually scared. to
It's
use it
fucking
for-
incredible. It's awesome. So yeah, we got bidets because I going at my job right now. I can actually listen to podcasts and stuff at work. Thank Christ Almighty, I believe in God once again. I can listen to podcasts.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't. Fuck you, God. And I can listen to podcasts. I started listening to the Fuckface podcast, which, as an inside joke, I'm going to censor the fuck in Fuckface because that's what they do.
Nice.
And it's Jeff Ramsey, Andrew Panton, and Gavin Free from Achievement Hunter. It's all of them. It's their podcast, and one of their sponsors is Hello Tushy, which is a bidet company that makes really affordable, easily installable bidets for the household. And I'm like, you know what? I messaged Dylan like, want to get a bidet? He went, yes.
And mind you, real quick, 2 weeks prior to that whole conversation, I had a bidet in my
Yeah,
my cart
we
on
had talked
Amazon.
about it. We briefly mentioned the idea of it, but I was never gonna like let's get one because I know they're actually fucking expensive at times. So, but these bidets, and I gotta say, not sponsored by Hello Tushy. Although, hey, Hello Tushy, hit me up because I can say firsthand, your butthole splashers are. It feels like somebody is underneath my toilet with a pressurized straw, just like one of those coffee stirring straws you get at the gas station, and they just go. And it's awesome because my asshole gets peeled inside itself, and it's so clean.
That
It just
sounds
feels
so
like there's a water
vicious.
fountain inside like the toilet,
Yeah.
but it's like
And-
just up your asshole instead of your mouth.
And you get hit first, like, because it hits you and it's cold. You go, ah! And then as soon as you get done with that first little, like, and you just kind of like lean into it, like, oh, that's nice. And then you kind of
It's
like,
funny,
you
I
just kind of
have
like
it on- I
gyrate a
have
little
it-
bit and blast all the edges and you spread your cheeks. And then
Gyrate.
you sit on the plunger and then you actually, oh, wait, you guys don't do that. Never mind.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say I have my tushy on the warm setting, but it's still always cold.
There's a
so-
warm set? We don't have that. We
don't have
Do you
a
have the
warm
3.0? Because I
setting.
think we only have the 2.0. We have one knob.
I guess that's what Josh wanted. Josh got it. He's the one that wanted. He's the one that got it, and I can't help but think of Kill la Kill of that episode when they family went, because like that was like literally, I think that was like the first time I heard about a bigot or whatever. How do you
Bidet.
pronounce it? Bidet. I don't know why I say bigot or whatever. I don't know. Bidet. And I just was like, wow, the Japanese people are always so advanced. This is why I want to go there so bad.
This is crazy. This is
And
the craziest
now,
thing I've
like,
ever seen.
We have Hello Tushy, which, by the way, the Japanese ones are probably way more expensive and way better because it seems like there's things like move and literally like will go like basically they will freaking do anal
Well-
if you wanted it to. Like, it would just go right up your ass.
Okay, listen, for anime, when it comes to anime hype songs, Kill la Kill has the best hype song. Like, Naruto has the, huh, and then it goes, the guitar solo, and it gets super, like, that's awesome, right? But Kill la Kill has Don't Lose Your Way, which is, to this fucking day, makes me
Is that
lose-
what that's from?
Yeah,
Kill la Kill?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
it's Blumenkrauts and Don't Lose Your Way are the two Kill la Kill songs that I listen to, and Suck Your Blood and I Want to Know. Those are the 5 Kill la Kill soundtrack songs I listen to on my iPod. Don't Lose Your Way is the anime hype song. I'm gonna put that in the podcast chat as well, just so people can follow along. But it's so fucking
I
good.
love anime openings and endings. Like, I know you don't watch Black Clover, but they have a lot of good like opening and ending songs. Cause like I was watching it during like lockdown when I got laid off at my job, and I was like watching the whole series. And each time they had a new opening and ending, I would look it up on YouTube, and there would be a music video for it, and I would just end up falling in the end. But also the anime Parasite, which if you haven't watched, you should, because it's not a long anime and it's pretty dope. The opening song for that, I think, was made by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, which is a Japanese band.
I know
but
the
they're
name.
so
Yeah, I've heard the name before. What the hell is it's a new anime that came out that everybody's saying do not sleep on it. It's like the new Naruto.
I haven't heard anything on that.
I
I
gotta look it up.
know that with My Hero, I know you don't like My Hero, but I know that's ending soon and that they have
Thank
their new season.
God.
I'm just bringing up stuff that people might be listening. Might
Yeah.
be other weebs out there listening. Also, I have HBO Max now, and they have a lot of anime on there. But there's also like I think it's called Bromere. I think that's how you pronounce it. Pretty sure it's like a movie, but it's by the same creators who did Kill la Kill, and like the animation looks pretty similar. So
Which
I'm
is
kind of interested in
Trigger
more into that.
Studios.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm trying to find this anime though. I also kind of want to watch Brand New Animal. I'm not into like furry stuff or whatever, but the concept of the show looks really cool. Plus, I played one of the songs on Clone Hero and as the opening song, and I don't know. I like the art style of it. It looks really cool.
I'm not a furry
and-
either, but then again, like my favorite movie is Lion King, so I've always been
Well,
into that
Ew.
type of
I
stuff.
need to
so-
get back into Attack on Titan. I've only seen the first season, but people are literally fans were writing to the studio and the creators saying thank you for this mid-season finale. This is phenomenal. They were literally thanking them, which nobody
show?
does
I
that.
forget.
Attack on
I
Titan.
forgot what you said. Oh, okay.
Like apparently it's gotten so good, and I
I'm trying to collect this Attack on Titan series too, and I've been trying to watch it with my mom because I think me and my mom only watched the second season, and I'm pretty sure like that's over now too, or it's ending.
yeah.
So I need to catch up with that.
It's Jujutsu no Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh.
Jujutsu Kaisen is the
That's
anime.
also ending.
That's the one I want to watch. And people are
That
saying it's
is-
like the new Naruto, and it's just
I
100% hype
mentioned
all the
that
time.
anime to you last time I was up there, and it's pretty cool. But I think you were like, "Oh, I don't know. It's kind of like the same BS Like,
Well, that's what the synopsis of this says, or rather the kind of reviewish says. If you've watched any shonen anime, Jujutsu Kaisen often feels comfortably familiar. It's a teenage outcast protagonist, Yuji Itadori, housing an all-feared demon inside him. So that's just right there. And his immature, silver-haired, blindfolded mentor, Satoru Gojo,
I love him. He's a
recalls
good boy.
Naruto, the thin veil between humanity and demons, and the invisible war between them. Recalls a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho. Its goofy supporting cast, spectacular fights, and can-do spirit feel part and parcel with its designation as battle anime, where Jujutsu Kaisen's magic lies in its knowing embrace of genre tropes and then smartly subverting them, letting the audience think they're in on what the show is planning for before veering sharply off course. Oh, cool. So it subverts your expectation of a shonen anime. That's cool. So, yeah, just going off of Naruto and Yu Yu Hakusho, I'm 100% interested. I just need to sit down and actually
yeah,
watch
I mean,
it.
from what I watched, I have not finished it or anything, but I dig it a lot.
I'm
but
adding it to my list. I have to see it.
I'm into animes that make me like.
All right,
So
you just
Black-
hold on. You just did a cardinal sin. I cannot let that slide. You just said animes.
Said animes.
You do not say
I
animes.
was half listening.
No.
Listen, that is such a cardinal sin that I was half listening, to be completely honest with you, because I'm not involved in this right now. And I even picked up on that because of how bad that is. You fucking watch it.
You my heart crack.
I'm sorry. Wait, what?
Yeah,
What did I say
and
wrong?
I'm not
so
sure
confused.
what's the literal plural of anime, but I've for my entire life and all I've ever heard it is anime plural is still anime and not animes.
Yeah, I mean,
And that just it's
I
nothing
guess
At
against
least you're
you.
not somebody who
but-
says, haha, do you want to watch some Animumu?
Did you read the manga? Oh god, like I'm not like that upset, but that's just such a pet peeve of mine when people say animes, and I'm not upset at you or anything. I'm just letting you know next time.
I'm sorry. I
Next
won't
time.
say it again, but I say a lot of stupid like. For
No, I'm not
example,
actually
like,
upset,
the whole,
but-
like GIF stuff. I
Yeah.
think I say it GIF, but I really don't care.
That's
like,
how
I'll
it is,
say
it's
it
GIF.
anyway. And it's kind of like potato, and I just say things stupidly.
Well, those
like,
are
I don't even
interchangeably
think
funny.
It makes sense. Anyway, the finish what I was saying before I get distracted.
Got it. Fucking attack.
Jujutsu Kenshin, like, it's one of those feel-good animes where it's like I get hyped. Because Attack on Titan made me feel that way. Like when Eren basically. this is a
Wait,
spoiler,
don't
but
spoil
at this
season 2.
point-
I need to watch it. Don't spoil.
Well, you know,
I've only seen
you already
season
know
one.
Eren changes, right?
Yeah, well, we all know he's a Titan.
Okay, that's
but,
what I was saying.
yeah.
So basically, like
That's
when he
episode 6.
changes and goes into like his attack, like a Titan, that gives me goosebumps. Like I get so like
Yeah,
hyped.
same.
And then when I watch like Black Clover, which I got into, like also the main character literally like he doesn't really have any fucking powers. So when you see him like fucking go like hard, it just kind of gives you like this good feel. Like, and I love animes like that. And with Jujutsu Kenshin, I kind of get that too. But it's also like it's like a duo because I'm not really sure like how it's going to end or what's going to happen with the whole like demon complex thing.
I hate that people have to assign a criteria of like you can't consider yourself somebody that likes anime unless you can name every single episode title card from this specific anime and you saw even all the bonus deleted. You have to watch it unsubtitled in the Japanese dub to be considered an actual fan of this. Like fuck off, dude.
Yeah, I think
Get outta
that's like another thing. Like if people like wear band shirts, like obviously I believe that maybe like you should probably definitely know the band, but I also
should
do
know
admit
something
some
about them.
bands. Exactly, but I also do admit bands do come out with some like cool ass fucking shirts, and you don't even realize
Absolutely.
it's like a band T-shirt.
Absolutely.
But anywho, like a lot of those people be like, "Oh, you have to know everything about that band. You have to know every song by them."
But what I'm saying is, like, it can be your favorite band or your favorite thing, and you don't have to know everything about it. You just have to connect with it on a personal level. That's why it's your favorite.
Yeah.
I'm tired of there being a stigma with, Dylan, tell me everything about Dark Souls right now.
Don't fucking test me.
I'm saying you have a Dark Souls tattoo, but if some,
Don't test me, Chris.
but that's what I'm saying though is like you shouldn't have to know everything about that specific thing. Like just because if I asked you 10 questions about Dark Souls and you answered 9 out of 10 correctly, but you didn't get 10, you're not a real Dark Souls fan. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That's not how that works.
Gatekeeping is a severe problem, and it is definitely bullshit.
Yeah, but there are certain.
In most cases.
Yeah, there are exceptions. Nazis are not allowed in my fan base. Praise the sun.
And I can't.
Okay,
fucking
Chris,
remember-
what's that? What part is that from? Like, why?
Praise the sun is. I mean, well, they like campfires because of checkpoints.
Yeah, I can't
and,
answer that one.
And the sun is the
Chris, they're called bonfires.
It's campfire, like
okay?
from Fortnite, Dylan. Just like that guy, the Halo guy from Fortnite. No, the sun is. They praise the sun because the sun gives life to all things, as opposed to some arbitrary,
No.
falsified God. Shut up. That's what my inclination towards appreciating the sun more than some deific character is. Fuck your God. How can I prove he's real? The sun's right there, nurturing everything in this planet. I'm gonna praise the sun over some imaginary bearded man. Sorry, fuck out of here. What is the sun?
Might not even be bearded though.
Well, that's God has a beard that stretches like he's like the giant dog thing in Neverending Story. That's God's beard, right? I haven't seen that movie
I guess
in so
if that's
long.
how you view it.
It's not.
And well,
God
okay, this
who?
is what?
What?
I wanted to say this earlier, but isn't there like there's a boss in Dark Souls? I could be wrong, but isn't like there's like a wolf? I forgot the name of the wolf.
Sif.
Is it like Sith? Seth?
Yep.
Yep.
Sif.
Okay.
That's
I
not
was
it.
gonna say that. I'm like, I knew it was something like that, but I didn't want to say it was wrong. But yeah, that I know. Like Josh, I think he wants to get a tattoo of something like that on
I'd
him.
like to get a. Oh, okay. So, so
No, don't talk.
Artorias, who you fight in the DLC, you know, lore and stuff like that. Sif was actually
This is
his
perfect time for me to go pee.
his
I'll be right back.
companion, right? Well, he was like his companion, and Sif, when you fight him in the game, is actually guarding Artorias' grave, which you need to go to get Artorias' ring, so you can go ahead and kill the 4 kings. Whew. So I want to get a Sif and Artorias tattoo, which is super basic for Dark Souls fans and their tattoos, because like everyone has them. Or they'll get Artorias and I can never remember her name, but she sits outside of the boss arena after you kill him, and she's like mourning him because now he's dead, even though technically you're going back in time to fight Artorias because he's long dead. And
Yeah, like I mean, like from like what I kind of read about, like I guess you could say the lore of Dark Souls sounds pretty cool, but I could never play it because I don't have the patience for games like that. Like I get mad so easily that the minute like I think maybe the 3rd time I die, I'd be like, okay, I'm not gonna play this game for like another year and then go back to it. I would probably never finish it. But that's just me.
thing.
Like I'm weird with like certain games. Like I can watch other people play it, but if I'm playing it myself, I'm just like, nope, I'm getting too mad.
for me,
Because
like,
it's so frustrating watching other people play it that I'm like, I can't do it.
I go into it with the mentality of knowing that that's the kind of game, or I'm on a harder difficulty, and it makes it a lot easier for me to play and die or suck at it. However, just because I know that's how it is and that's what's to be expected, and that I have to just get better at it, and it makes it so much fucking easier and I guess enjoyable in some senses.
I want to think as little as possible when playing the game. A lot of times,
That's
so
perfectly okay.
I'll go straight on easy. And unless there's achievements tied to it, I'll just stay on easy because it's more fun. I can pretend like I'm good at things, and then I still get fucking killed.
Okay. That's something that I fucking hate is people who say that Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, any of those kind of games like that.
You know that doesn't
They
feature any
should
black
have-
people?
that was like what the third podcast.
We
or something?
mentioned it. That was an
one of the
Apex. That was
first.
I named an Apex video. Sekiro doesn't feature black people.
It was an Apex video, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
okay.
was.
But it's the people who are like, yeah, those kind of games, they should have an easy mode so it's more accessible to people. And it's like, no, it absolutely shouldn't, because that would completely destroy
Yes,
what
it's
the game,
point.
that the foundation of the game, the whole point of the game is failure and to be able to learn and overcome the trouble. Like, that's the whole fucking concept. So adding it would completely defeat the purpose and just ruin it. If you don't like it, if it's too hard, sorry, either learn the mechanics, because the game is so much easier if you just understand what the fuck is happening and learn the boss. You're all set. You really just went and found that.
Of course. Reference dump. Oh, Dylan, did you hear that the next Call of Duty is rumored to be World War II again?
Yes, I've seen that for a while. It's
How
so
do
fucking
you-
dumb. Like,
Okay,
hey,
that's how you feel.
Sledgehammer, how about stop making Call of Duty?
I feel bad. I
Sorry.
like.
Yeah,
That's a
I
bit.
can
That's a
agree with
bit
that
rough.
one.
I take that back. That's pretty fucking
Yeah,
rough, because like
little
they
bit.
do work hard and they do their best. That was really
They
neat, and we had to
revamped
need it, but,
World War
like,
II really well.
Yeah, but it only took years.
But they
to
didn't
do
have
it.
a. I mean,
it just
no. The thing is, they didn't have to, and they did. After the game was long dead, they were still adding guns and improving the entire game.
well, the thing is, it's called World War II, but it's based in like the 50s. It's after the war ended.
Is it in all?
At least
is
that's
it?
what
I don't
that's
know.
what the rumors are and stuff like that, or however. Yeah, it's based in like early 50s or after the war, but it's still called World War II.
Is it
or
going
something
to
like
be
that,
an
so-
alternate future? That's the question. To where
Yeah,
the
I think
world.
I'm pretty sure it is based in an alternate universe.
That's
which is
cool.
Like a first for COD.
I would like that because if they continued World War II, but it ended up being much longer than our involvement, and if we didn't win and we didn't fucking take out Hitler and everything, and it continued to go on, how many other countries are going to get pulled into the war, and what kind of desperate tactics we're going to resort to?
But Chris, it's Call of Duty. That's not going to happen.
But Call of Duty, when they put their mind to it, do make some good campaigns. The World War II campaign was a Michael Bay slugfest of dog shit. However, Advanced Warfare did have a cool campaign, even if the game itself wasn't that good. The campaign was good.
Campaign. It was good.
All the Modern Warfare games, all the Black Ops games, outside of still haven't finished Cold War because I couldn't give less than a single fuck. Like, they can churn out a good campaign if they want to, and if they do an alternate future, kind of like Wolfenstein style World War II continuation, I'm interested in that. That would be cool. Well, if it's 1950s, what if they fused with Fallout? I don't know. I'm excited in a way, but at the same time, extremely apprehensive because I got so horrendously betrayed by Cold War with, again, SBMM. All their, they just don't update the game. They don't do anything. The last weapon balancing update was like December of that game.
I saw the tweet about that. It's
like
been
the
months since
real
they did it, but
weapons
They have a huge
balance.
one coming back, but like, dude,
I don't
that's bad.
care. Nobody cares. The game died a month after its launch. People play it because they have to. They have nothing else to play.
I
What
can't
a
really add
time.
much to this conversation, but I will kind of agree with Dylan about like just ending Call of Duty. But what I mean
that's
by
not
that
what
is,
I'm saying.
well, like what I mean
The
by that
sledgehammer
is
needs to
not
stop.
actually like ending it, but just maybe just not call it that anymore.
Honestly, no.
I don't know.
That
like,
sounds kind of silly, but at the same time, I hear what you're saying. Get away from the Call of Duty brand. Do something different. Make an entirely different game series because you're restricted to, one, the fan base of Call of Duty, the expectation of Call of Duty, and
yeah.
the specific time periods that Call of Duty sticks to, and the way that they handle, like, gunplay. They're stuck in that Call of Duty formula. So if you're gonna take it in a different direction, stop calling yourself Call of Duty. Do something
Yeah,
different.
That's kind of what I'm saying, but I also I don't play the games. I only watch people play them, so I don't really know all the mechanics. I don't know anything about that. I like to play zombies on it, and there was another Call of Duty game where you can basically fucking fight Cthulhu and shit, which I kind of miss that.
Are you?
But
wait, are you talking
it's really
about
fun to
Extinction?
play with other friends, but you have to have friends.
Yeah, I know. That's why I
Anyway,
didn't want to
sorry.
get Cold War because I knew that they would fuck me over because all my friends would stop playing it in a month or two, and lo and behold, Dylan, I told you it would happen. You're like, no, we're gonna
Yeah.
keep playing. We're gonna keep playing.
That's what happened with
Because
Destiny.
I was not gonna buy
Because
Cold
it wasn't
War.
even bad. It wasn't bad at the time.
Yes, it
And then
was. We did not have
it
fun.
It wasn't the worst,
Dylan,
but then it really
In a week of us
wasn't.
playing, we were getting frustrated with the game. We were not having fun a week in. Cold War is at 17,000 total viewers. That's bad. That's underneath if Call of Duty is under Dead by Daylight.
Well, to be fair, everybody watches Warzone. Nobody's fucking watching people play multiplayer
Okay.
unless it's
Warzone is at 107,000 viewers.
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, like everybody streams Warzone compared to Cold War.
Dude, Call of Duty Cold War streaming is underneath Super Mario 64
That's awesome.
by 0.2k by 2,000 viewers. So I mean, still,
That's
I
fucking
love that
incredible.
because that game absolutely deserves it. I hate Cold War with a passion. I had no fun playing that game whatsoever outside of the highlighted moments. But I think I made 3 videos in Cold War from streams, and just the entire time I was miserable. All the videos were just me bitching about how bad the game was.
The game would have been
Sucks.
so much better off right off the bat if the MP5, the MP5 and skill based. That's all
It's
that ruined
the skill basing.
If those were
honestly.
if those were not the case, the game would have been so much better off, and I would have played it longer.
Listen,
Granted, the game felt pretty shitty compared to Modern Warfare, like the arcadiness.
see, I think
it baffles me when people are like, "Yeah, Cold War is so much better than Modern
no,
Warfare."
absolutely
it isn't.
not.
Like opinions, of course, all for it, but
Yeah,
no.
but if it's a wrong opinion, we don't tolerate
yeah,
that shit.
right.
No, see, the thing is,
It feels so much more
Modern
smooth to
Warfare
play.
was smooth, and it felt the engine is. I like that engine a lot. But Cold War, the sprinting, like you felt fast in Cold War, and that's what I liked. I don't know, like
because there's more arcade.
yeah, but
No,
that's
well,
what I
to be
liked,
fair,
you know?
Chris, to be fair, I don't think you could adjust your FOV on console for Modern
Probably
Warfare,
not.
but you could with Cold
That
War.
might be
Higher
it.
FOV, everything is so much more sped up.
That might
so
be it.
that's what you're. I can almost guarantee that's what you're thinking about.
I think I have
Or comparing it
one
to.
day played total in Cold War across zombies, multiplayer, and campaign, and I think in Modern Warfare I have like 17 days. Because I was actually playing with people. I could have fun in that game. And Shipment was just retarded chaos. So
oh my god.
it was fun to pop in there, get 100 kill game, and then with a car 98, and then go to work. So yeah, I mean, if Call of Duty is returning to World War II, I'd be okay with that as long as if we are doing an alternate future where the war continued. That sounds cool. But if we're just rehashing the same battles or maybe different countries' involvement, we have to see some new characters, new storylines. I don't need to storm fucking Normandy again. I did that enough times in World War II, which was still a fantastic game mode. I think I had a great time in that, but I want to see the remaster World at War.
Yep.
I want to play that sniper mission with Reznov.
Vendetta.
I want to play Vendetta.
Vendetta.
I'm gonna play through that entire game on stream. I'm not going to, but I would love to.
It's so good.
And I even put a tweet. I was like, I promise I'll get 10th prestige this time.
Isn't that the only achievement that you don't
Yeah.
have in that?
10th prestige.
Yeah.
I think I'm 6th.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you want, just go load into a lobby, kill one
I
person, you'll
tried!
probably be mad.
I tried getting into hacked lobbies. I wanted that achievement so bad, but I tried so hard.
I'm surprised.
I couldn't
It's
find. I
everywhere.
could not find a modded lobby to get my 10th prestige. I was asking people in the game chat, like, does anybody have a modded lobby? I had this game completed. It's not fair. Veteran was so hard. I can't wait. I want to do a podcast again. Like I said, one without me, and I get to hear it for the first time when I edit it and whatever have
Yeah,
you.
but Chris, you hold it together.
I really don't though. Like
You're basically the host.
I am the host. Thank you very much. I'm wearing a suit and tie right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have a podcast. It's gonna be you, little Jake, and Jarl. I just
I
want
don't
to see
know.
what's gonna happen.
Jake and Jarl fucking go at
That's
it
what
all
I
the
mean.
time.
Oh, do they? They go at it.
Because yeah, well, not like actually, but like you know how last night you like Jake, why are you so fucking aggressive?
Well, that's what I
Stop,
mean.
Jake,
I kind of want to hear that in
because
the
Jake
podcast.
does it with Jarl, and Jarl likes to go back at him. So I sit there and I'm like, guys, please.
That's what I want to have in the podcast
Please.
because it's gonna be so fucking stupid. I'm not gonna sponsor that podcast. I'm not gonna have Anchor sponsor that podcast for sure. So, Dylan, what games you and Jake just started playing Valorant, didn't you?
We started playing it,
Wait.
yeah. My friend was like, I think you'd like Valorant. I'm like, I don't know. I was too stubborn to really give it a shot, and then I installed it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? It's kind of fun. And now Jake and I play
Did you
like,
buy
every
the
night.
$600 bundle for cosmetics?
Dude, I know.
The cosmetics are fucking
I was
disgusting
looking at
in
them.
that game.
One of the knife skins was like $30.
Yeah, they look cool. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I kept saying that the skins for the guns though are actually like the best skins I've seen, better than Apex.
They are really cool.
They're really fucking cool, and most of them are only $10 to get like the good looking skins. But it's the knife skins because that's what people like. CS, you can buy a knife skin for $5,000 for CS. Like,
Yeah, I know, but
so it's that
that's
same formula.
That's a
I know.
market thing.
Exactly. So it's kind of the same thing where people love to have really good and sick looking knives. So they're able to charge that $32 price tag because people are going to buy a cool knife skin. But people will still pay $10 for one of the skins, which I'm cool with because you buy $10, you can get this really sick skin, which then you can use the radiant points, whatever,
I don't know.
which are like 10, which you buy once, and now your gun has a cool shooting, like Modern Warfare the Tracer.
Yeah.
Now it can do that. Now you can pay another 10 and you can get an animation around the gun when you're using it. And then the third is when you kill them, it gets a really sick animation. Like there's one where like they get like sucked into the ground when they die. And those are radiant points you just unlock while playing.
But the thing is with that,
you get like a lot of shit. But compared to an Apex skin, you pay $20 to get one character skin. So it's like,
No,
I love
I'm not gonna
Apex.
argue
We've said this
that.
before. Yeah, we've talked about this before. Apex is beauty, one of the babies. But my fucking god, the transactions for that game are kind of shitty
the only
too.
way I can justify.
Cheyenne just changed your profile picture on
Oh,
Discord.
yeah,
I'm
you
pretty
did.
sure.
I see that.
I saw
Wow,
it
that
happen
was
in the-
quick.
I saw it in the corner of my eye.
The only way I can justify
Okay.
skins being that expensive is if they're limited. If there are only 5 of this skin, and then you can actually resell it to somebody else for the in-game currency to then purchase other ones, kind of like how CS:GO has their whole market. If you can resell the
market's
skin, but
insane.
that's what I'm saying though. That is kind of justified because then the people are assigning the value to the item, and it's not being assigned value by the greedy corporation trying to rob everybody. Like again with this Angry Joe rant I just put in there, $71 for the skins and for all those packs. That's what everyone can buy. It's not unique, it's not exclusive, and everyone has to spend that to get it. But if it was only 5 people can have this and then you can resell it, then you're actually getting value because it exists in a limited pool, even if it doesn't have a physical existence, which is why I hate how expensive this stuff are, because it has zero bearing on the real world. It's not a trading card, it's a digital item that has no value. But if there's only 5 of them, then it has value in that game. So I'd be okay if it was that expensive. If there were a limited amount of them and you could sell and trade them, that'd be different. The way Apex does it is annoying because most of the time you don't get much for your money, especially with the RNG. There's so many common items you get from, voice quips and badges and not badges, voice quips and kill quips and yada yada. All that stuff is completely pointless.
The hollow sprays.
The hollow sprays can be cool, but I don't think they should be in the epic tier. They should be blue tier, I don't care about the banner frames. I don't need epic banner frames. It's just there's too much of that and not enough character executions, not enough actual unique skins,
Seth was even saying it today. We were doing the croaks, and he's like, "Yeah, he's like, how much do you still play the VR?" And I'm like, "Not often at all." He's like, "Yeah, I don't either." He's like, "I want to, and I tell myself I'm gonna play it, but I just never end up doing it." And I'm like, "Yep, pretty much the same." Like, it's not that I don't want to. Like, I sit here and there. Like, I want to go play some Contractors, but it's just the idea of like putting on the headset, getting used to it again, and then playing it. I don't know. I just don't do it, even though I wanna.
There's a bowling game on there I want to get.
Oh my
I want to go
God.
bowling.
There was bowling at Fun Spot.
There is, yeah, and we're definitely gonna go. We're gonna go bowling. Why didn't we bowl when you were here last?
Probably didn't have any people.
Because
to do it.
I was determined on winning all the tickets.
Well, you did good. You hit the jackpot on that one. You
I know that was amazing, but no, we didn't do it mainly just because of my anxiety.
Yeah, you were pretty shut down for a lot of that. And it would suck because it was so cold we couldn't go out and do that much. There was no like improving your mood with a nice walk or something. There was no sights to see. It was so cold and miserable. We spent most of the time inside watching YouTube, which was it just kind of sucked in that aspect.
It was okay. That was
nice.
Yeah,
it was good, but it was just like we could be doing so much more, but we're stuck inside just watching YouTube. It's too fucking cold to do shit. That is the photo of her winning the jackpot on that game. That was fucking ridiculous. I hit the machine once and I got like 20 tickets or something, and I was just waiting for her to like catch up to
You're
me.
Like, hell yeah! Hey Shane, I got 20 tickets. That's so crazy.
I just
let me take a shot at it.
I just hit it, waiting for her. I was like waiting for her to finish what she was doing. She was a little bit lagging behind me, and I just went up ahead and I hit the machine once because I was standing there. Yeah, and then she gets up there and I was like, "You want to try this one?" She goes, "All right," and then she puts in this like four tokens, which is like the highest cost you pay there, and then she just slams it down once and jackpot, and she kind of lags. She's like, "Oh," and then like, "Oh." And jackpot. It was awesome. It was spat out tickets for like 2 minutes straight, and I had to wind those tickets and collect them.
I think I walked away from you, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go and find some random tokens because like there was so many.
She
like,
was a
tokens laying
magnet.
around.
She must have found 40 tokens.
I felt like a little kid again at Chuck E. Cheese's. I was just like, yes.
Well, while she went out and did that, I literally sat on the ground and just started folding tickets 2 by 2, and I was there for a solid amount of time. That sucked. Winning has never been such a loss for me.
And I still have all my winnings.
Yeah, you do. All your little prizes.
I'm gonna throw something in the
My
chat.
Chloe. I named her Chloe.
Oh, that's right.
Where is it? Podcast.
Oh, but yeah, I
I
almost got like jackpot again, but then I got mad when I realized it's not the whole block, it's just the line. And I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because the outside of it is 4. It's the biggest kick
and
in
I'm
the
like,
dick.
fuck.
Dylan, what is this? A kid on a skateboard? Okay.
He just soared through the sky.
It was very smooth.
Yeah, Dylan, you missed it when I fell on my ass.
Good job.
That was fun.
I don't know if I'd call that fun.
I totally want to skateboard more.
Oh yeah, that's
but
right.
I kind of also want to do it like
we were
in the
down in the basement.
privacy of like my own home where no one can watch me.
We were down in the basement. I
It
was
was
like, "Can you
funny.
ride the skateboard?" She's like, I think I can." So she tried to skate on it, and she just went forward like a foot and a half and just slooped out and ate shit. And I felt so bad for. I was confident in her, and I was like, Mister, like,
No,
hey.
he just stood there and laughed at me and
I
pointed
did
his finger
stand
at me,
there.
and then I cried.
I let her go because I'm like, she's an adult. I shouldn't have to walk up and like mansplain skateboarding and put my
She's an
hands
adult.
around her like, okay, she's like, you got
Got
this,
that one
little
wrong.
girl. You can stand on the skateboard, and then like I'm a big man. I'll catch it. Like I was like, no, she'll go off. She'll do it. She's an adult, and she ate shit. Almost fucking died. Yeah, I spent 5 minutes trying to explain where to put your feet before that you rode. I think you said you were riding. You thought you rode regular, but then you got on it goofy, so you confused me. Or was it the other way around? It might have been the other way around. Either way, you were the opposite of what you thought you rode. And like, no, you definitely ride this. You're like, oh, I guess so. The skateboard is downstairs in front of the washer and dryer. So every time I do laundry,
has been.
I stand on the skateboard. I try to do a pop shove it. Can't do the pop shove it. Get really sad. Go upstairs.
Oh, I thought you meant you were like, I go down to do laundry and then I just stand on the skateboard.
Yeah. No, I try, when I get down there, I try to do a few pop tricks just to get the motion. I just don't have my balance because I haven't been on the skateboard. I don't go on the skateboard as often anymore. I miss it. I miss
Yeah.
skating. Getting up at 5 a.m. to go to the library and skateboard. Current games are playing. You said you were playing Valorant, obviously. I'm playing... Fuck, what am I playing? Oh, I'm playing a lot of Gems of War, which is not much to talk about.
I play that game to go to sleep.
Do you actually play
Not
Gems of
gonna
War?
lie.
What?
Yeah.
What?
On the Xbox.
Yeah. What? Who do you? What kind of team do you have?
Isn't it like Bejeweled? Are we thinking of the same thing?
Yes, it is, but you also have like the team that you build that attacks the other team based on the jewels
Well,
that you
to be
destroy.
honest with you, I haven't played it in a hot minute, so I kind of don't fucking
Wait,
remember.
You said you
I
play
just-
on Xbox?
Maybe it was PS4.
Say-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it gotta be.
It's one of the two.
It's gotta be PlayStation because if you're on Xbox, like, why don't I have you added? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I have Xbox One and the 360, but the 360 is old, and I would only use that for Skyrim, but I don't have the cord for it, so...
Those are like
Fuck.
$3, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, like, is it worth it?
That's up to you to decide. Or you can just, buy
Yeah.
a smart fridge and play Skyrim on it, or a,
Yeah, right?
T700 calculator.
I have Skyrim on other, like, systems. It's just the Skyrim for the Xbox 360 is the one I originally played on, so I have, like, all
Yeah,
of my
you got
shit
your
on
file.
it. Like, and I don't really, like... I guess I can start over, but it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's about where I got. I played Skyrim on the special edition on the Xbox One, and I talked about in one of the last streams I did, but I got like 30 or 50 hours into it, and just like I can't keep playing. It's not my original file. It just feels so wrong.
Yeah, because, like, I have another file on the PS3, and it's a little bit different because I have, like, the, DLC on it, and, like, I'm a different character, and it's whatever, but with the Xbox 360, like, I'm pretty sure I was married and had a kid and fucking 3 houses.
Oh, God.
I had all these books.
Trying to find my houses in Skyrim on the 360 where each of my houses has chests filled with a variety of so many items. I have no idea where to find my houses. Like, I have one house. I bought every house in the game that you could, and each one has shit displayed in it. I wanted to go around and collect all of my stuff from all the houses and put them all in one big house. Because with the DLC that came out where you could build your own house and actually adopt kids and have them occupy the house, when that came out, I did all that, and I started collecting all my things, and I have a video on my channel where I was going through all my entire Skyrim collection. I have so much stuff just on display in this house. There it is.
My favorite thing about Skyrim was just the fact that it was so interactive, because I've never played a game like that before. And then, like, you can, like, literally collect books and then read them in the game.
Yeah.
So my goal was, for the longest time, was just to collect all the books in Skyrim, and then just, like, I would go back and, like, read them, because, like, I was, like, I didn't want to, like, if I got the book, I didn't want to, like, take my time to read it right then and there, because I'm, like, playing the game, so I'm, like, I would just put it in my house, and then, like, one day when I'm bored, I'm just gonna go on here and start reading the books.
There's a shitload of books in Skyrim, and you want to know how I know why? Because they always over-encumbered me. and I would leave a trail of books and food items. Like wheels of cheese and books would be in my wake whenever I got overcumbered.
Mine is always dragon bones.
Yeah,
'cause,
that
like,
too.
Once I was able
Holy shit.
to fucking like defeat dragons and collect their bones for all that money, I was like, fuck. I would give it to like my partner because I always have a partner now, like just to like carry my shit.
See, I talked about that on the stream too, where I never carried a companion with me. I just never did that. They always annoyed the shit out of me. They wouldn't stop talking. They got in my way. They would ruin my stealth. And I'd just be like, just fuck off. Stay home. Whatever.
God, I really want to play Skyrim now.
I do, but I know I'd get like 3 minutes in and get off. I played so much Skyrim. I guess then
Okay.
it is getting kind of long. Unless anybody else have anything they wanted to bring up. Shine, you did say you had topics you wanted to talk about, right? You had things you wanted to bring up?
The only other thing I wanted to bring up just with my daily life, because I don't have really anything interesting, is just I got a new tattoo, which is
Oh, you
pretty
did
cool.
get it?
It's just
Nice.
yeah, I shared it on Facebook, but like it's not my photo, it's my friend AJ who did it. He posted it, so I shared it.
Oh, okay, that's why I
And
didn't
he's
see
like
it.
he's more of an artist than a tattooer, but he's a new tattoo artist, and yes, he works in a shop and everything. Everything's legal. It's just he only like charges like 20, maybe $40 for his tattoos because like he's learning. And he did like a really simple one on me when it was $40. It's like a kind of like a cat mask, which is really cool. Like his design, I really like it. It has like a music symbol like on the forehead, but like it's like starting to itch and peel, and I've been trying to update him with like pictures because he's like, this is like the first full month I've tattooed people, and I'm trying to get like references so I can learn. So like I'm just kind of helping him out, but it's a really cool. It's a simple, cool tattoo.
Yeah, I like it.
Like I can see like some issues that he had with it, but it's like it's
Yeah,
so
I can see
simple,
the
like, it's
ear
no big
on the
deal.
right from our perspective, that little off line right there.
Yeah, and also like once it like if you get a close up of it, outline of the mask, there was like some bold lines, if that makes sense. But again, it's no big deal. Like I like it. I'm not complaining. I'm not picky.
In the future,
so
when he gets better, you can always have him touch it up.
that too, and not only that, like for me helping him out, being a new artist, like when he's actually like more professional, like he definitely was like, I'll hit you up, and when I go for like full price, you guys would still get like half off for helping me out.
Yeah, there you go.
So I think that's pretty neat, And then the other thing I wanted to say is I was working night shift at my job, 3 to 11. And I've been working there for a year, but technically I got hired back after being laid off. So even though I've been there for a year, I technically got hired back afterwards because I was gonna ask for a raise, but
Doesn't
it's not
getting
happening.
hired back break your tenure?
Yeah, basically, like I have to start over again. Like if I want a
Yeah.
raise, I have to be there for another year.
That's like
But
when
I'm not even gonna live here for another year. Like I don't plan on staying in this apartment for another year. So
that's exactly like when I moved to Michigan. I had been working at the kitchen for like 7 years at that point or something, and then when we moved back 18 months later, it resets that. So when I was going to we wanted to maybe try to get a loan because Sam wanted to get a new car. We were going to try to do that, but we couldn't establish that I worked at that job. We tried to do it like 4 or 5 months after, whatever have you, and I hadn't been working there for a full year yet, so I didn't have the history because that history was broken when we moved, which is stupid. It's like I have 7 years of experience at this place. You can see that I dependently have a consistent job, and I have always had a consistent job. But because I hadn't been working here for X amount of time because we just moved back, it doesn't count.
even that, like I've been working at the Hilton hotels because I worked at 2 different Hilton hotels, but they're both the same like brand. But because of 2 different hotels, like you can't really like compromise that as like, oh yeah, I've been working here for 3 years,
Mhm.
but I haven't been. It's a different hotel,
Yeah.
and so stuff like that is kind of stupid. But anyway, I'm just getting tired of it. So like I said earlier, I'm just trying to like work with animals because the way I see it is I'll be happier going in working with animals. I expect it to be different. Like obviously I have a routine, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be something different every day, like with the animals.
Well, I imagine
like,
you could
I don't know.
probably, to get your foot in the door better, instead of looking for a job, you could always look for animal volunteer work, and then that could open up the door.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that too. It's just I haven't heard back from anyone. I've been applying places and volunteering just because it's getting nicer out too. Like I wouldn't mind volunteering to be like a dog walker. I walk my cat, but that's a little bit difficult than dogs because cats basically walk themselves.
Yeah, Dylan, is there anything else you wanted to add before we wrap things up?
No, I only really had the few. I didn't really have a whole lot to go to this. I was kind of told like 2 days ago, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
that's
same.
well because
It was like, oh hey, by the way, like Tuesday, I think we're doing a podcast.
I pretty much have to
forgot
do that.
tell you.
Otherwise, I can never get somebody. I have to say, hey, podcast this day. It's like, all right, guess we're gonna do that because I can't get other people.
Yeah, you just messaged me and you're like, you want to be in a podcast? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, let's do it Monday. And then we were like, oh, we can't do it Monday. Let's do it Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday's fine.
So here we are.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, I'm off today and tomorrow, so I have to figure out my taxes bullshit. Which, by the way, I'm gonna mention this in the broadcast in case anyone.
You
cares.
keep saying broadcast. That's the second time I
Pod.
think I've picked up on it.
Pod.
Pod.
Broad.
Podcast.
Pod. I
Pod.
told you, I
Sorry.
say things so stupidly. I can't help
What did
it.
you want to say?
You're
Anyway.
fine. You're fine.
The tax due date was supposed to be April 15th, but then I found out a couple days ago they moved it farther to like May. I don't know the exact date, but it's in May. So if anyone has taxes to do still, you don't have to rush as much. I'm rushing just because I want to get it over with, because I basically have to pay back taxes for being unemployed.
Yep.
And I just kind of want them to fucking
I
take back
lost
the money
like
they just gave me.
$700 for the unemployment shit. It was awful.
Oh, I have to I think it's like 500 because I have to pay the state and then
I guess state and
IRS
federal.
everything. So yeah, and I'm literally giving them back the stimulus check they just gave me. So I think it's hilarious. Like,
Yep.
government gives me money, and I'm basically giving them back the money that they just gave me because fuck the government.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for listening to this podcast. This is season 2, episode 5, I believe. Total episode number 15. Dylan, anything you want to plug for the people?
Cheese.
All right. Well, Dylan's no longer allowed on the podcast.
Animes.
Fuck.
Mimi.
No. Stop.
That's what we should name it. That
My nipple is now half an inch in diameter.
like all the wrong ways to pronounce words.
Yeah, it's gonna be called Cheese Anime.
That's
Hey,
I was gonna
Ron.
say that's the podcast name, Cheese and Anime.
Yeah, Cheese and Animes. That's what it's gonna be. God damn it. That's not a very
Animes.
enticing title. Dylan, so where can they find you?
Twitch. And
Well,
TikTok
fucking say
too,
it. Say
man.
what you want to plug, asshole.
Well, you put it on the screen.
No, say it so when people are listening to it on Spotify, they're like, oh, I can see it. Just fucking, where can they find you?
But Daedriac, same as all my other
Spell
things,
it.
dog. It's like Skyrim with Daedric, but there's an A
If
in
you
there.
Google
Daedriac.
DAEDRIAC, you'll find stuff of his, I suppose. Cheyenne, anything you want to plug?
I mean, yeah, I guess you can find me on my Instagram, Shay Sherry, whatever. Spelled Chey, Cherry, Cherry, Cherry.
I never knew how to spell
And-
cherry.
I mean, people might spell it with an I. I don't fucking know. People are weird,
true.
but that, and I guess I don't have a Twitch or anything, but I guess my Twitter, which is just CCOOL chick 1 CHIC 1.
It all. So for them to be saying it, but for anyone who does care, in the description will be the links. And as for me, you guys, linkinslegion.com or twitch.tv/ahlinkin is where you can mostly find me. That's going to wrap up the podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Everyone,
Peace.
there you go. Somebody else say goodbye.
Bye.
Peace. Peace cheese.
Peace cheese.